Today I want to share with you about deaf spiritual life. And for me as a pastor, this is one of the biggest struggles, because if you'll notice in our presentation before, the reason that we want to do this is because 98% of deaf people don't believe in Jesus. And we want to help spread His word. Well, there's some of the reasons why that happens is because, one, you and I, being deaf, I'm visual, and so what I can see, that's what's real. Can you see a spirit? Can you see in the spirit world? You and I cannot. Can you see God? No. And so sometimes that's the challenge we have when we're talking with people and they want to say, I've got young, deaf, children say, well, show me God. I want to see God. I'm like, how do I? That is a huge challenge. And so that's why it's so important that when you and I are learning how to sign, we want to learn the Jesus signs so that you can share. And the biggest problem for that is one, visual, but second also is vocabulary. Because you and I, our church vocabulary, the word you sign, word, or cha, huge word. Often in church, if you grew up, songs and things, the vocabulary is huge. And for me, when I was growing up, I didn't understand a lot of that vocabulary. Well, and for a deaf person, if you've never heard it, it makes no sense because I don't see that word. And often people ask me, well, what do you mean? And I will tell them, the word, we do Easter because you have a person dead and they rise from the dead. That's resurrection or rise from the dead. Well, I can sign that word, rise from the dead or resurrection all the time. But I never see or hear that word, resurrection. And so I can know that sign, but if I'm reading it or see it, I would have no clue what that means. And that's one of the challenges for as we share God's word, is we need to understand how to convey God's word in that signing. Another example that I've experienced when I was growing up is when I went to church and I was learning it, we would sit down there and we would just follow along on the words. And that often what happens for deaf people. They go to church and they follow along and they look at the words. Well, can you imagine if you came to church and you sat there for an hour with your family? And what would you learn? I asked a deaf guy. He was an older deaf guy, okay? He had gone to church with his family for many years. They had no interpreters. And I asked him one time, well, what does church mean for you? And he said, we get to go and we sit there. And this guy comes up, he stands, he talks for a long time. We give him a lot of money and then we eat. That was his concept of church. Because no one signed with him, no one communicated with him in a way that he could learn and understand. I still remember the first time we had set up a high school, college-age group of students. They had all gone to Christian churches when they were growing up, and they were from different variety. And I can remember the first times we met together, they were discussing, and they looked at me and they said, Pastor, did you know there are some churches teach Jesus is God? And I looked at them, I said, yeah, we're one of them. And they were like, what? They had gone to church their whole life, but because no one signed with them, no one communicated and taught in a way they would understand, they had no clue who is Jesus. I'm like, wow. And so when you are learning this, I pray that you will learn to communicate God's word in a way so that when you meet deaf people, you will be able to share with them and they will understand God's word. It's sharing deaf way, not the same as hearing way. So that is one of the challenges as you talk about spiritual life. But I pray God will bless you and open up these eyes of understanding, but the eyes of your heart, so that you will understand how to convey His word.